find out plan, or at least his implementation of it, did not appear to work out, did it, Chris?
No, I scored it 9 rounds to 3 in favor of Rashidi Ellis, and it felt like many of those rounds were not difficult to score. When Rocha was having success, he was digging to the body, he was forcing Ellis into the corner, and when Ellis had success, he was doing that, just landing the jab, getting out of the way of counter shots, just being the faster fighter, and getting to the jaw first on Alexis Rocha.
And this is the reason that speed checks power. I mean, everyone falls in love with power, but when you have fast...
Here, let me mute. Not really high on Rashidi Ellis. You can see the room for improvement. 27 years old. 22 should improve too. Close fight, hard fight to somewhat score, I guess, early on. But if I was to really say, I think that this was Rocha's fight to kind of lose, you know, because he was doing some good body work and didn't stick to it. But at the same time, he couldn't get past the constant jab of Rashidi Ellis. It's just that I guess I expected a little bit more from Rashidi Ellis, I guess, probably. And maybe because it's a little late, 10:46 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. October the 30th, you know, a few days before election. Halloween Eve. We got Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz 24 hours from now. I'm interested to hear the cards. Now, a good fight that they can make, and you probably heard it on the broadcast as well, is a fight between the winner of this, which should be Rashidi Ellis and Vergil Ortiz, and then the winner of that goes on to the world scale. I mean, the world-class scale, you know, to compete for a title. I think that that's the perfect in-house fight for Golden Boy to make right now, especially with a crowded, top-heavy-ish. It's not really top-heavy, but a crowded 147-pound welterweight division.
The new WBC International.
Wait a minute, listen, hold on.
Is he one of those fighters?
Let's listen. I had to rewind back 45
because he
seconds.
is so difficult to figure out.
I don't know if they look to avoid him, but I think to get
put my
a big
headset
fight,
on. Fuck that
he's
headset.
going to have to position himself in one of the sanctioning body rankings. We talked to him about that this week. I mean, the aim is to get up into the top 5, 7 of some of these rankings.
He's ranked by the WBA and the IBF, Rashidi Ellis, and Rocha is ranked by the WBC.
The decision is in. Here's Joe Martinez.
And the WBL. So they're both ranked in all sanctioning bodies. Between them.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards again.
Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.
WBC International Silver Welterweight Champion. Here are the judges' totals. Jerry Cantu and Chris Migliori both have it 116-112. Fernando Villarreal 115-113. Your winner by unanimous decision. Still undefeated from Lynn, Massachusetts, speeding Rashidi.
I think the right man won.
So Sergio, a little bit closer than I had it on this fight, but the right guy gets the decision. Rashidi Ellis stays undefeated. And he
I wonder if we're going to get a post-fight interview. We're not, are we?
Chris, and I think the right guy.
They haven't been doing them all night.
And as long as the right winner won, then it really don't matter how close it was or what we saw, because we know that the judging is always going to be subjective. But the right man won.
Yeah, Rashidi Ellis certainly won by virtue of.
Here's how I feel. I like Terrence Crawford, but right now I'm feeling like Errol Spence is the number one guy at 147 pounds. My personal opinion. Especially if he beats Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia is a highly respected 147-pounder, and in my opinion, can beat Errol Spence if Errol Spence is lacking. That's why nobody sits in front of Danny Garcia when they fight him. They know they can get knocked out by that no-look left hook. I guess where I'm going with this is Errol Spence. I see him moving to 147 pounds before he fights any of these guys. Like I don't see him staying at 147 after Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford is starting to fill out real well, or looking real well at 147 pounds. And it's making me wonder if he can possibly test the waters at 154 one day. Right now, we don't know what the WBA Manny Pacquiao is doing. Dennis Ugas, I would love to see him versus Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman spoke that fight up, didn't he? But will it happen? They're really not doing no post-fight interviews. Here are the punch stats. Rocha was doing some really, really good body work, but couldn't stick to it.
709 thrown by the man from.
Also could have had a point deducted earlier.
And power punches.
Pause it
Slight
if you
edge
have to.
Alexis Rocha. We thought that would be the case tonight, but Ellis going tit for tat for the most part.
Yeah, but if you look at
Main
the
event is next. I'm kind of
percentage
hyped.
of punches landed, and that's all Ellis.
So yeah, you know, like looking at the 147-pound division, I say, you know, go for it. You know, make him versus Vergil Ortiz. And then the winner, and then that should definitely be a WBO eliminator. Rashidi Ellis is not ranked by the WBO. They'll find an eliminator somewhere. It could be another IB. It could be another WBC. No, he's not ranked by the WBC either. I don't know. That's why they're the promoters, and you know who's their matchmaker, Roberto Diaz. They're going to figure that shit out. Here is the zone schedules, by the way. Upcoming fights. Crazy, I got a big schedule tomorrow. Let me get out of here and get ready for the main event. I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. Of course, we're going to be here tomorrow for Usyk versus Chisora card coverage, Titan Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz card coverage, and Naoya Inoue versus Jason Maloney card coverage. Please subscribe. I'm not filling in no post-fight interviews on site. That's crazy.